power. It comes in so many forms: the physical power, emotional, intellectual, financial, or societal. We all want some kind of power, and that's the reality. Even if you think that power is not something you seek, you're basically lying to yourself. Because everyone wants to have power over their own life, at least. But so many want more than that. And being powerful is something extremely addictive. When you feel that's strength, it's hard to let go. No matter what the cause is. Even if you hurt someone, it might not be an obvious choice to let go of it, to choose another road. And why? Why do we want to have this power? Well, so many think that power is physical, right? Your physical strength, that's all it matters. Because you can beat up someone, you can live more, or intimidate. But that's predictable, because you have only one option: violence. And people can destroy themselves seeking that physical power, using steroids, basically destroying their own bodies, losing control just to get more and more of that power, financial or the societal power. The more power you seek, the less, or actually the more you can sacrifice, the more you're gonna sacrifice of yourself, of others, the time that you can spend with the people that matter. You're gonna sacrifice that just to run for and chase more and more power, more and more money that comes with it, that gives you that power, or that position where you can influence, when you can actually dictate what the world around you looks like. And yet we're so fragile. The more powerful you become, the more pride kicks in and makes you think you actually start to think you're invincible. But the reality is you cannot control everything around you, as sad as it is. At first you may start chasing power just for the maybe noble intentions of taking care of people around you, of helping others, but you can cross that line so damn quickly. to start the chase for its own, just to get that another hit, another milestone, to seek more and more power. And then you find yourself being one of the most powerful people in the world, and yet it's still not enough, because it will never be enough. And that's the poison. It makes you delusional. You start that chase, the chase that never ends. And at some point you realize all that you sacrificed for it, that you gambled, the relationships, the time that you will never get back. You might destroy the relationships beyond repair. And at that point you realize that there's no coming back. So you might as well just keep going on, marching forward. And you may think that with power there might come glory, but that's not it. Power is just a tool that you acquired along the way. If you see glory, you may become more powerful, but it's what you do with that power is what matters. As with so many things in life, it comes with a price. And we need to, when you start this journey, you need to accept that fact, that you're just a gambler, that you may take that risk time and time again, and you can lose, you can destroy yourself. At the end of it, you may not even recognize who you are anymore. Or what was the original point of doing all of that. So we have people trying to become more and more powerful, more and more successful, just gain this power for nothing at the end. You can have the CEO of huge company, a billionaire that has immense power over others' lives, and yet he can be taken out just like that, with one person, and all that power goes away in an instant. That's what happens with humans. We're not invincible, no matter the person. It takes so little to make it all crash down. So we have this idea of domination, right, that people like to talk about in so many forms of control. people that acquire so much power, financial, physical, society. Psychological power over others. To gain this control, you hear these stories about this small group of people like the Illuminati or whatever it is. A small group of individuals that supposedly control the whole world, right? And that idea is just ludicrous because you have over 8 billion people living on this planet right now, and there is just not a chance in the world that you can control every one of us. It doesn't matter how smart you are. With humans, you can only push so far, and there will only be so much power you can acquire. Because like I said, it takes just one person to reach that breaking point and you're gone. This one night, one bullet, right? Doesn't matter if you're a CEO, doesn't matter if you're a general, doesn't matter if you're the dictator of it doesn't matter who you are, genuinely. And you don't even have to think about someone else taking you out. It just doesn't make sense to chase that power, to chase that control, when in reality all you ever do is gonna be a waste of time at the end of it, because you may just get sick, be in a car accident, or be struck by lightning, and then you're gone once again, just like that. So at the end you wasted all your time, all your energy, all relationships, yourself, to chase this myth, this fairy tale of being a powerful, successful man. And the result of it is that it takes a few seconds, or a second, or maybe just a second, for it all to be gone. Because you cannot control so many people, you cannot control so many variables, so it just doesn't make sense. And it especially doesn't make sense to only care about having this grip on so many people and make them unhappy. Because then you will be so much closer to losing all of that. Because there's always gonna be someone stronger than you, smarter than you, richer than you. So why waste all that time when in reality you can never get it back? And if you lose all your relationships, destroy your physical body, destroy your mind, then what's the point? So to be honest, I truly believe that real power is to accept it and let it go. Let go of that chase, because it makes no sense at the end. It makes no difference, and it costs. It's just not worth it. And I think that when you can actually let go of that chase and take control of the time you have and be aware, be conscious of that time, and just learn to enjoy it while you can, that's where the real power of your life is. And your life is the only one you can control. So take control of your life and be powerful in it.